What I'm saying is that we keep creating more bridges. Bridging the gap, though, it goes back to what we were talking about with humility. You got to let go of whatever you say you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We are one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could be a Christian. Yeah. You could be a Jew. I'm a Muslim. You know, you could be Ifa. We all got the same we got the same plan. We got the same objective. We got the same agenda. So, like, I feel like it's about, because even with what Drip was talking about, like, I asked, do he feel like we look at like we feel like we better than other people, and the quote unquote conscious community, and he was like, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because and I feel him. That's why I really I'm starting to get to a point where I'm not gonna say I'm in a conscious community, because I'm in one community. We one community. I might. Because I feel like I wasn't really in this community until 2021, when we just talked about my story. So how much am I in the conscious community, rather than how much am I just myself and I live here and I do these things? Because when we keep on doing that, now it's more of a divide. But humility is I think key in bridging the gap.
He said, like, all these titles create division. And as far as the bridging the gap, I think back in the day it was more bridging the gap. Like, people that used to say was like OGs back in the day. I feel like they used to step in more and try to, relate a little more. But I feel like a lot of it's not as much of that going on. So it is kind of disconnect, which I don't know the exact answer to it, but I think I wish it was a better way. I'm still trying to think of and figure out a better way to, connect with all different, people or different walks of life, and how to connect it or connect my experience. And because I've seen both sides. Like I've seen been in the community doing all that kind of stuff, but I grew up hood and street, so I know everything. So sometimes, like, dang, I got my friends that on this side and I got my friends on that side. How can I
put them together? But
but it's kind of sometimes you can't. So I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed though, like, because it has been a mass awakening, that even within the people that you think are not conscious, they conscious. I always say, like, okay, so I don't know, are any of y'all from Atlanta?
Me.
You from Atlanta? Where you from?
What you mean, like
what part?
Oh, like Adamsville.
Okay, so all right, so we from Atlanta. Atlanta is conscious. You have no other choice but to be conscious. We grew up in the heart of where the civil rights movement was. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of us, we, like, if you listen to Goody Mob, all the Dungeon Family, like, there's consciousness here. We don't have to be in the conscious community, but it's this transient society community that's a lot of people that are not from Atlanta. So that's why Atlanta doesn't look conscious. But I'm like, we really are conscious people here. So all that to say, even the stripper, even the drug dealer, there's consciousness within them. So we do have commonalities. It's just that's why I was saying I want to stray away from saying I'm in a conscious community, because who am I to say that this person's not conscious because they just don't go to the events I go to, or because they don't do the stuff I do. So all that to say, even where you don't think that there is commonality. So sometimes I don't know if we need to necessarily bridge the gap. It's just about taking the label off and being, you know what I'm saying? Like, taking that title off and being humble enough to know that you probably know the same thing I know. You know what I'm saying? You just might not have the same language.